Hello there. How are you? I'm okay. Anyway, how you guys doing? Happy Thanksgiving, which I'll probably say this multiple times tonight. Yes, it's Thanksgiving night. It's after 10. I usually don't stream this late. I usually don't stream on a Thursday. But I thought, it's a holiday. Let's wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving at least. I made a post, like just a text post earlier. I wanted to get on so much earlier, honestly, but I am terrible at time management, so here I am. Just like an hour before bed, and I'm messing around on here doing a stream, so I should be in bed, not to sleep, but isn't Stranger Things out now? Like the new season? I should be watching that. Truth be told, I probably will still watch that, so in other words, I don't think I'll end up actually falling asleep until sometime after midnight, which is really bad because I turn into a freaking pumpkin. And nobody likes being a pumpkin. Trying to think about anything noteworthy that happened today. Everybody was pretty good. I had a couple of people make me wait a long time before they came outside, but I was feeling benevolent, charitable, or calm, or what, I don't know. I didn't let it bother me, and I didn't even give them a low rating for making me wait long. I was being overly kind. Do I sometimes give a passenger a low rating for making me wait a long time? You bet your booty I do. Because that's rude. I really... Hey! Happy Thanksgiving. I'm trying to read the name. Zeknu? Is it pronounced Zeknu? Correct me if I'm wrong, please. That sounds like a name that the kids on Stranger Things would come up with for one of the monsters. Okay, it's correct. You know, because like they had Vecna and well, the Demigorgon, that was a D&D monster, wasn't it? I'm believing. It is kind of funny how they always gave them D&D names. You know, like what if I ran into a creature or monster in real life, or just like somebody who was a douchebag? Would I try to call him Emperor Crush or something? I don't know. Fippy Darkpaw. Arf, arf, arf. You've ruined your own lands. You'll not ruin mine. But thanks for popping in and saying Happy New Year, man. I mean, not Happy New Year. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? I hope I didn't say Happy New Year before that I said Thanksgiving. Oh, shoot. My brain is broken. That's what happens when I try to stream this late in the evening. But yeah, I feel like I want to watch Stranger Things if it's on. Like if it's been released. I think it has, though. I think that was their whole thing, that they wanted it to come out on Thanksgiving because it's such a family-friendly show, you know, with all the murder and everything. Why can't I hit this guy? This guy that's over there. Oh, now that he moved, maybe. I just hope he doesn't pull the other one over there on the left. Come alone. Don't bring friends. This isn't the kind of thing you bring family over to. So, yeah, the my Thanksgiving plans were altered, which is fine. I'm really not that amped up about going to a stranger's house and having dinner with them. But it was rescheduled for Monday, so then I'll have to deal with it then instead. Anyway, I do hope everybody had a good holiday. There were a lot of my passengers, you know, saying happy Thanksgiving and stuff. There were some folks going to and from work, and some leaving work and all excited about it. Brute Chaos. Picture of a turkey. Hello, how you doing? Happy Turkey Day. One of these days I'll get better at time management, maybe. And I might have like an actual Thanksgiving stream or something. What would I do for that though? What do you do for... You dress up like a pilgrim? You sentence people to death as a witch? I don't know. I don't know. What do you do? What do you do in that case? Try to plant some corn? I would probably try to sentence someone to death as a witch. Maybe not really, but you know, it sounds like fun. I would probably be sentenced to death as a witch. Anyone ever notice in the Wizard of Oz where Glenda, the good witch, asks Dorothy if she's a good witch or a bad witch, but then she proceeds to mention that only bad witches are ugly? Was she throwing shade at Dorothy? Was she low-key trying to imply that Dorothy was ugly? Because she didn't know if she was good or bad. I mean, you know, it's kind of messed up. Hello? Just came into hearing talks of witch burning, and I'm all a wee bit confused. Yeah, you know. I was thinking, you know, maybe at some point I might do an actual legitimate Thanksgiving Day stream. But I'm like, what do you do on a Thanksgiving Day stream? You know, do you dress up like a pilgrim? Do you try to charge people as witches and sentence them to death? Or I'm not sure, you know, like what would be appropriate? Do I try to plant and grow corn? I'm not. Do I behead a turkey? I don't know if that would be appropriate for a live stream. Yeah. And then I was just thinking about The Wizard of Oz and how Glenda the Good Witch asked Dorothy if she was a good witch or a bad witch after saying only bad witches are ugly. Implying, you know, things. Zach New cooking show of EQ recipes. There you go. Right. I already made a video for Monday that'll come out Monday, and that's about brewing. So that's not too dissimilar. Okay, that makes more sense. Whew. Yeah, I'm just goofing around, man. Just trying to have a little fun, just trying to take the piss out of Thanksgiving. The EQ classics. I thought it would be fun to try to make real life versions of Everquest recipes, and without actually using some of the ingredients. Like, no one wants to use fire beetle eyes. I mean, what would that even be? Eyes of a cockroach? I don't know. That stuff that you would find. Batwing crunchies sounds fantastic, but I'm not going to go trying to rip the wings off bats in my neighborhood. End up getting all kinds of parasites and diseases from that, I'm sure. But, you know, maybe make like a pastry wing, and just, you know, coat it in frosting and call it a Batwing Crunchy or something. Yeah, I think that would be fun. You know, fish rolls. I guess that would be probably look a lot like sushi. I'm excited about the brewing video. Yeah, it was fun to do. Especially because it's actually something useful. It works like a potion. And as always, I made a new song just for the video that plays in its entirety at the end. I'll probably post this song just by itself on my music channel, which I usually do. Because sometimes people will dig just the song and, you know, they'll want to hear it again. And, you know, why do you want to have to scroll through the whole video just to hear the song? I could make a video of just the song. That way I get more subscribers over on DJ Wobblecog. So yeah, I'm over here in Maiden's Eye again. There's bats in my old grandpa's house. Might be able to help you out there. That's fantastic. But like I said, I think I would rather just have make like a faux batwing by just rolling some dough really thinly and you know, cooking it nice and crispy and coating it with sugar or frosting or something. Maybe using some dark dye. Could always get like squid ink, because I hear that stuff is edible, and use it to dye some dough black and, you know, just make some creepy looking bat wings. Really like the video about the mage and their DPS. Pretty interesting. Back when I played EQ, loved playing a mage. Fire pet, no one ever used them for good reason. The really low level fire pets, they were okay. You know, the fire pets from level 1 through, or 4, or whatever, through like 50. I used to hear tales of people using the fire pet when fighting Nagafin because the fire pet had like was resistant to fire, you know, and so it would be able to survive Nagafin's fire attacks. Allegedly. I don't know if any of that was true. It was just heartbreaking, you know. I don't know why they went that way with the fire pet. If you're gonna make it like a wizard, well, it should for sure be dealing much better damage than that, you know? If it's gonna be casting that slow, then every time it does cast, it should be doing a heck of a lot more damage than it was doing, because it was just pitiful. It really was. So I was pleasantly surprised at how good the water pet did, especially when attacking from behind. That was, you know, I wasn't acting. I don't know how to act. When I was like, whoa, like shocked at how much damage it did. That was just my genuine stupefied face of like, holy crap, that's a lot of damage. Lord Naga, the memories decades ago, yeah. What's funny is people are still selling Cloak of Flames in the bazaar, and it's selling for more than it ever has. Look, Cloak of Flames. At least they're trying to sell it for more than ever. Oh, okay. No, the price dropped now. 4,500. I was seeing it for, yeah, like 75k. But someone's been farming it, and they're dropping the price. Wow. This person's selling it for just 4,500. Super slash. Does that mean that they're just selling everything at bargain basement prices? They should make their own cheesy commercial for it. I'm sure you guys have seen some of my cheesy commercials. It's so weird that November is over. We're going into December here. In just a couple of days, man. Monday is the 1st. It's freaking weird. What I don't understand, and what I find really kind of disturbing, is I got an email today, because we still got, you know, 4 full days before the 1st. My landlord's already charged my account for next month's rent. That seems kind of messed up. Seems kind of bold. I don't think that should even be legal. I think it should not happen until the 1st. So I don't know what was up with that. It's definitely not legal. Yeah, it shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be. I might have to look into it, like look into settings or something. Because they recently updated their site or whatever it is. And it could be that I have to maybe elect something that says, yeah, do not charge my ass until the 1st. Because I'm not okay with that. What if I didn't even have enough money in there yet? You know, what if I was one of them folks that has to live check to check, and I was counting on having a couple of more days to put that money in there? They don't know. And what? Then they'd be able to charge me like late fees or whatever? Or I'd get charged overdraft fees? That's really messed up. I'm gonna have a talk with somebody about that. Yeah, nobody asks and I did not agree. So I'm for sure gonna have to look into it. Because it was not okay. And what if it was a glitch in the system and then they try to charge me again on Monday? If that happens, yeah, someone's going to jail and it's not me. I'm gonna have to actually really look at that closely. I mean, I don't even care if Monday's a holiday or not. If they were worried about, oh, but if Monday's a holiday, I mean, today was a holiday. Again, so they shouldn't have been able to do that. The more I talk about it and think about it, the more I want to check that email. And look into it. This was actually on the 26th, guys. So it was yesterday. That's messed up. That is really messed up. Yeah, yeah. It's a pretty sketchy company to begin with. Their rental agreement is absolutely disgusting. They basically make it so once you're here, you can never leave. So probably when the time comes for me to move out, I'll just have to break my lease. Because they want you to sign your new lease 6 months in advance. So before your lease is even about to expire, like, they're already sending you the next one for next year. I don't think that's right either. I think that's messed up. But, you know, that's people taking advantage of us poor people. It really sucks. So please like, share, and subscribe. Like, let me earn more ad revenue so I can get the hell out of here. Because it is the absolute... This is why, if anybody ever wonders, this is why I don't have... You know how some folks will have, like, let people see what's in the background? Like, they'll have a fancy setup, they'll have, like, a cool light or this or that, you know, decorations. Show how nerdy they are by displaying action figures. I don't have any of that. The place basically looks like a giant dump. And I'm embarrassed and I don't want anybody to see it. So yeah, I use the thing where it just cuts my ass out. And all you see is me and my chair a little bit sometimes. Damn it, I wanted to trigger lessons, and I keep forgetting to trigger lessons. Crap. I mean, Fezz doesn't need lessons because he's already max level. Is FV active enough to be able to hop on and find the group without too much issue towards end game? I don't know. Our guild is always looking for more people, okay? And there's always groups happening in my guild, and they're all very friendly. And you know, throughout the week, we're always happy to group with people. I myself personally work a lot. I drive for like Lyft and Uber, so I'm not on all that much. It's usually just at night for an hour or two, maybe a little longer if I actually have a scheduled live stream. It's usually about 3 to 3.5 hours. But FV, I'd say out of all the live servers, it is the most populated out of all the live ones. So chances are, yeah, you'll find a group. It might not happen all the time. And again, you know, you'd be welcome to join our guild. We're always taking in new people all the time. And everybody's pretty friendly. You know, I don't even have a whole lot of rules in the guild. I basically just ask folks to try to be decent to one another and don't talk about politics or religion, because you know what that causes. Everybody loses their minds and starts to yell. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good place. We don't have a whole lot of problems with other people on the server either. Like, you know, don't usually have bad encounters here. On other servers, a lot of the TLPs, they get toxic really quickly, unfortunately. There are always like tons of you know, chrono farmers and stuff, and people power leveling, and the power levelers have like no chill and no compassion at all. If they're working or in a zone, you know, power leveling in a zone, and you happen to show up and all you want is your like a little corner of the zone just to XP because it's of appropriate zone for your level, they don't give a crap. They own that zone, and they will train you until you're dead. And they'll do it on purpose with a song in their heart. And I hate them. I hate all of them. So I have no love for anybody who does that for a living or whatever. I'm not much of a solo player. I get it. I had to solo because nobody ever wanted to group with me. So now I'm kind of just used to it. Although, you know, now that I have the channel and everything, a lot of people will group with me. And we have our group content that we do every weekend. And then our raids that we do every Wednesday. Yeah, no, I get it. It's a valid concern. But I think you could find groups. Like I said, you join an active guild, and that helps a lot. You know, plus we have our Discord where we you know, can actively chat with each other during group. It makes it a lot more fun being able to chat in voice as opposed to typing. I've always been slow at typing, so it's kind of nice, you know, being able to say, hey, look out for that giant walking up behind you, is quicker than having to type it out. Usually by the time you've tried to type it out, the person's dead. I know you can mollo a decent chunk of the game, yeah. But honestly, it's not that fun to just be alone all the time. Unless you're just antisocial. In which case, I mean, it's also okay to be alone all the time if that's what you want. But yeah, you feel, you know, bored sometimes, or just lonely. So I get it. My fondest memories of this game, back when everybody was trying to get their epic class weapons and we had massive raids. Yeah, we're just mostly doing raids now for the fun of it. Also, you know, just to show people that raiding can be okay, it can be fun. It doesn't have to suck. And our goal is not to raid old content, it's just to progress. So since a lot of people in my guild, like myself, never really used to raid back in the day, because I had some bad experiences, and maybe I just wasn't all that open to it, you know. I thought, oh, how boring, you know, we sit around for over an hour for a 5-minute fight, and I don't even get to roll on any of the stuff that drops. So I just, yeah, wasn't really a big fan. But the way we do it, it's pretty cool. And it's never a mandatory thing. We always hope people will join. Because, yeah, without the numbers, you can't really accomplish much. And some of us will play more than one character just to fill the ranks until we get more members in the guild. At least more members that want to do the raids with us on Wednesdays. We're currently locked at level 70. But we started with Classic. We started doing, like, I think we started at like level 50 or 55. We started with, like, you know, Nagy and Vox and Finny. And then we moved up to, what was it? Kunark, the Kunark expansion. We did all those raids. And then we moved up to Velius. And, you know, not that long ago we completed Plains of Power. That was a pain in the ass. Plains of Power, because of all the flagging and stuff, and it was a little bit annoying. Because if you didn't get flagged for this or that, and you weren't allowed in a zone. Which level was Plains of Power again? Like 60? I think Plains of Power was capped at 65. I think that's when... because I think Classic was, what, 50? And then Kunark was that 55? Or was Classic 50, 55? I don't remember all the levels. Velius, what was Velius? Was Velius 60? Or was it still like 55 then? Not entirely sure. But I believe Plains of Power was 65. Yeah, they could have found a better mechanic for the whole flagging system. Ooh, my new cleric hit 110. Woohoo! November 26th. Okay, so actually the first 2 episodes, or the first 4 episodes, 4 episodes was released yesterday for Stranger Things. I haven't even started watching it yet. So I'll probably watch an episode tonight. I can't binge it though. I have to work tomorrow. Adriel Outspoken said same. Getting to the plane of time was a full-time job. Drops from Quorum. Auto-flagged people, if I recall. Oh, I don't know about that. How much time do I have left on lessons? 17 minutes. I might actually sit here and just do Overseer on some of my characters while lessons is up. This year was the MMO that started all. Yeah, while I'm fighting these guys, I wonder if I have my level 110 cleric spells. Ooh, I do. So I can memorize those. And then I have to decide if I want to get this cleric level 110 armor, or maybe just skip it and wait and get them armor at level 115 instead, because it's you know, so time consuming making armor every 5 levels for these guys, and if they're not actively getting like hit and stuff, it's not that important. So I don't know if you guys do Overseer a whole lot, but Overseer is like a mini game. I guess you could say it's kind of like Gems, but it's only like Gems in the sake that, or the way that it's a mini game within Everquest, and that's about it. It has like nothing else in common with Gems. It's very different. And I'm sorry, while I'm doing Overseer on the cleric here, I'm unable to read the chat because there's too much going on my screen. Okay, I think I got 5 out of 5, yep. World of Warcraft came out. EQ started dying. I think it's had a resurgence though. Like I think people have slowly been coming back to EverQuest. Gems was fun, yeah. It was. EverQuest has had some weird stuff, some weird features throughout the years. Does anybody remember back in the day where if you typed /pizza in EverQuest, it would open a new window where you could order Domino's? I believe it was Domino's. It was either Domino's or Pizza Hut that had partnered with them. Adriel, thank you for the subscribe. I appreciate that. Did I ever get a chance to play Everquest Frontiers? I did not, but I heard about it. Was that the one where it was sort of like all you had was like G-Fay and Crushbone? Sorry, my throat's a little weird. And the money was called Tunars or something. Everquest on PS2 was fun. Yeah, I never tried any of the console ones, so I don't even know how good or popular they were. I heard about them because I did know a guy that I worked with that said he played it, and he said something about, you know, like it was just like Crushbone and G-Fay, maybe Elfay. Like you could just play like elves or dwarves or gnomes or something like that. So you didn't have like all the other classes and races or something. It closed down, but it was epic. Glad original EQ is still going. Yeah, me too. It was a basic hack and slash, good with 2 players. Yeah, again, I don't know enough about it. I guess if I really wanted to, I could try to find a video about it to learn some. But I just always have such limited time, and I'm terrible at time management. Gonna try to do Overseer on another character now. Do a lot of you ever mess with Overseer in EverQuest or no? I thought Overseer was just like stupid and a waste of time at first. But as you get up higher in levels, it gives you a decent amount of XP for your character. So it's not a waste. I've gained a few levels on Fezz. That was before he was max level, just from doing Overseer. I mean, it was over a long period of time, but it doesn't take very long to do. And, you know, it does provide you with XP. It provides you with trade skill materials. So everything bad that I ever said about Overseer, I took back. I was like, okay, it's not a waste of time. It's actually pretty good. Even the tetradrachms or whatever, it's this alternate currency that you can gain from doing Overseer. At high level, excuse me, you can use them to buy power sources, which you're always going to need more power sources because they're expendable. You know, you use them up and then you throw them away. It's just like a battery. You got to get a new one. Yeah, power sources drop, and I think people sell the dropped versions in the bazaar. But it's always nice to be able to buy them too, from a reliable source if you can. Almost got Overseer done with. I got one more character that has to do it. Oh, somebody's asking me if I have room in the group. You're sending a message to the wrong guy, though. I don't know if it's a guildie or not. I haven't checked. A lot of times when I'm solo, especially if I'm live streaming, I don't usually get, you know, take people into the group. Again, when I'm doing something like this, but on occasion I do. Like I did for a video, but that was a video where if anything weird happened, I could just edit, you know. Logging off soon. Okay, I don't think it's a guildie because I don't see a guildie by that name on right now. So yeah, if you're a viewer that sent that tell to Fezz, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna log off here soon and try to watch Stranger Things. Jay said Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, Jay. Didn't they use to give out card packs for Overseer that you could get mounts in game? I don't know if that was the same thing. That card game was a different thing. Yeah, because there was like a trading card game that I guess was kind of like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh or something at one point, and I did not understand that at all. But if you're not familiar with Overseer, excuse me, I'll do it now on Fezz so you can see it. If you type /over, here's a note: you have to be over level 85 or 85 or over to have access to Overseer. If you are not over 85 and you type /over, it'll just tell you that it's not available for you yet. If it's your first time doing Overseer, it'll trigger like a tutorial, and you won't get all of these missions available. It'll just show you a few, but it'll start you off. It'll give you your first few what do you call it, agents and stuff. But let me all my Overseer agents got incapacitated. Ouch. They you get them back though. They're not permanently incapacitated. It wears off in a certain amount of time. So first I have to claim my rewards because I have all these active missions under active quests. So let me claim, collect, and see when you have the rewards. Why is this window so big? Jeez, Fezz, what is wrong with you? Collect. Okay, so I have all these rewards here to accept, and I don't want to waste trying to get experience because I'm max level. Otherwise, if I hit character experience, I could ding, you know, since I'm at 99.999, but 125 is a max right now, so I won't ding. So instead I got to choose one of the alternate rewards, like the collection dispenser or the tetra drachms, which if you look over here, alternate currency, and it shows up. I don't know. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Overseer Tetradrachms. I have 23k right now. So I just hit select and I could choose that. I could choose mercenary experience. So yeah, I could choose that, but I'll just choose more Tetradrachms. And again, since I'm max level, I'll choose the Tetradrachms. Sometimes you get an option for trade skill materials, like here. You can have trade skill materials from Seeds of Destruction, Veil of Alaris, and a lot of these things like relic fragments are very useful for making a lot of items. Ring of Scale has a lot of useful things. So you can get it all the way up to Lorien's Song. You can get trade skill materials. So I'm just gonna again get the Tetradrachms though. So there we go. Once I got all my rewards, I can click here. I usually try to go with the harder ones first, like anything that's purple that, you know, is one of the harder ones. 92% success. I'll hit start. I just use the autofill feature, and that's it. I mean, it's a kind of a dull game. You just pick out of these missions, click autofill. Here's your agents that are going on the missions, and if it'll say you have 80+ chance of success, then I usually hit start. If my chance of success is too low, I won't do that mission. I'll do a different one. And it works a lot like a mobile game, because to finish the missions, you either have to wait anywhere from 3 to 24 hours, or if you want to, you can waste your tokens. Like, say I wanted to finish this mission, instead of waiting the 3 hours, I could hit finish now and see it says add, you know, use my Daybreak tokens to finish it, which no thank you. Don't want to do that. So yeah, that's a quick rundown if you're unfamiliar with that system. Hey Rogue, how you doing, buddy? I hope you're well. Happy Thanksgiving. K-Cow, what language does everyone speak on Firiona Vie? It's usually Elvish. Someone at some point decided Elvish was going to be treated as the common tongue, even though there really is more humans than elves, right? So one would think human would have been the common tongue, but nope. I mean, honestly, as far as player characters go, there probably are more elves. But not all elves speak Elvish. Dark elves do not speak Elvish to start. They speak Dark Elvish. Or Dark Speak. So the logic on why Elvish was chosen was flawed. Because there's the high elves and the wood elves. I guess half elves speak some Elvish as well. I think they speak some Elvish and some human. Not entirely sure about that. But yeah, if you want to be able to communicate, learn Elvish quickly. Remember, there's a way to get around it. So say if you sent someone a tell and you wanted to ask them a question, instead of /tell, like Fezz, you know, the name, and then hey buddy or whatever, you type box bracket tell the person's name, and then hey, you know, like hey buddy. If you type in that box bracket, they will still get the tell, and they will just get it in English, despite whatever language you're using. And that is one way to circumvent the whole Elvish problem here on FV. Why do 3 of these guys have to all be hanging out together right there? Like some kind of circle jerk. I can't pull them. I'm not going to try to juggle 3 of them. Maybe I could find something out here to pull. Like this shade or whatever. Lost shade. Oh, cool. No lie, I miss THJ. I don't think it's 100% for sure gone permanently. It sounds like they're still working on a resolution on that whole thing, but I do know that it got shut down for now, or it got paused. They nuked it? Did they? I thought there was still a possibility of them continuing. Anyway, yeah, that's a shame. I never got into THJ though. I'm glad I didn't. You know, again, no shade at them or anything. It's just I already had a lot going on here on live, and I could not juggle another server, and you know, I want to concentrate on the main server that I'm on and making my videos and, you know, doing my own little thing. I think if I went to any other server, I would have tried to go to Project Lazarus, because I really liked their rule set over there. They basically had unlocked, I don't know if they're still a thing, if they still exist, but they had unlocked a lot of class race combos. So you could be like a gnome beast lord, and the pet they chose for the gnome beast lord was what was it? It was like a dog. It was like a clockwork dog looking thing, like a junk dog or something. It was really cool looking. It's basically the model they used is that giant junk dog that you see in Plane of Innovation. He's like a boss mob that you fight, but he was small, you know, like a pet size, and I really enjoyed that. You know, you can even be like a high elf rogue. Just all kinds of weird combos. Dark elf, the dark elf could be a beast lord as well, and they got one of those neat looking purple and black spiders as a pet that you see. I think they're in Plane of Nightmare and also in the Dungeons of Norath Mistmore zones. So yeah. I don't... yeah, it's after 11, guys. I didn't really mean to be streaming this late. And lessons has worn off. So I do think I'm going to call it a night. I really just wanted to hop on and say Happy Thanksgiving to people. As goofy as that sounds. But I did get a couple of levels on my guys. And basically I've just been logging them out here and playing them when I can. Oh hey, not only did the cleric hit 110, but they're 17% in now. So that's good. They got themselves a little buffer. So I'm going to start logging out some of these guys. My necromancer is getting close to 116, so that's pretty cool. My shaman is getting close to 119. Kind of excited about that. And I did get this enchanter up to 115. So guys, this is going to be it then for tonight. Thank you for hanging out with me. Sorry to run. But I will be here tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And then, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, each one of them days, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, are my regular stream nights. So, yeah, I'll see you then. And then every Wednesday, we do our raids at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So check that out. I'm gonna go check out Stranger Things. Whoa, 18 viewers right now. Crazy. Did not expect that many people to be watching randomly. So thank you very much. You all been fun. Have a good night. And wonderful tomorrow.